that are equal in efficacy, and there's no two vaccines that are equal in safety. The other thing is most of them are unaware of the concept of vaccine injury. All they ever hear is Wakefield, he's a fraud. Vaccines don't cause autism. And they just parrot all these talking points without realizing that the very vaccine, as it comes from the manufacturer, will have a little insert that talks about if you have epilepsy, you shouldn't take this. If you have that, you shouldn't take this. And one of the arguments for mandating vaccines is that if you don't take your shot, people that can't take it will be in danger. It's like, wait a minute. If there's no such thing as vaccine injury, how do you reconcile that against people that can't take it? And furthermore, there's an ethical problem with the argument that, oh, your healthy child has to take this shot so my sickly child won't be exposed to this because they can't get the shots. It's like, well, there you go again. There's nothing ethical about the statement that healthy kids can accept a risk on behalf of sickly kids. So there's ethical problems, there's a lack of scientific understanding problems, and the biggest problem with this particular quote-unquote vaccine is that it was proven that it's not a vaccine at all. And when this was proven by one on Twitter, by Matthew Berenson, who's an author of some books and former New York Times, I believe. But anyway, as soon as he proved this, his Twitter account was taken down. And then the CDC got busy redefining vaccines so broadly that we could damn near count our vitamin D capsule as a vaccination. So vaccines are to create immunity. Immunity means you don't get the sickness. Now they're selling that it's like, oh, well, I had the shots, like the ESPN guy. What's that guy's name? I had the shots. I had the booster. Then I got sick as a dog, almost died. But if I didn't have the shots, I'd be dead for sure. So you have people that basically are celebrating a clear case that the vaccine didn't work for them. And that the fact that they're still alive today to talk about how they almost died is proof that the quote-unquote vaccine works.
In the words of Candace Owens, we have literally reached peak stupidity here in the United States. It's kind of ironic how the United States is looked at from countries all around the world as like a symbol of freedom, and yet here we are just allowing these people to walk and shit all over us. Like, we are not a symbol of freedom, people. Yeah, we might, at this point, like, I feel like we're all talk. Like, yeah, like, you go ahead and like, you're never going to take our freedoms away, and yet here we are letting them take an inch and an inch and an inch and an inch until it reaches the whole damn mile. Like, I don't know. The United States to me is no longer a symbol of freedom, especially when all the countries around the world over the past 2 days are going, oh, we're going to start relief. We don't even need the camera for this part. We're going to start lifting our COVID restrictions, and yet here we are in the U.S. still debating on whether or not we're going to mandate vaccines and masks. Like, that goes against the entire principle of the United States. Why is this even a debate? Why is it even a question?